Hey guys, it's Maymay again, and today's card starts with a plain black 5x7 coordinations card. It's got the white core inside. We're not going to use the white core today, but that's what's inside of it. Here I'm just rounding the bottom two edges of the card just to kind of soften it up. Sometimes those corner rounders, I'm not really good at that. Sometimes I don't get the paper in there just right, so I have to do it twice. So that's what I do with that. And the paper stack I'm going to use is this My Mind's Eye paper. It's called Christmas Noel Navidad. So I think it's just called Christmas, really. But it's beautiful. And I loved this piece that has all these different numbers on them for December, like a calendar page. And I'm going to take that word December and cut that out. I'm going to trim it all the way around, cutting the frilly edges off and just leaving the black border. Now that I've got that cut away, there's another piece at the bottom that says 25 that I just love. And I'm going to cut that. I'm going to leave the red around 3 edges, and I'm going to leave that frilly border at the bottom as well. And now I'm going to take my quarter rounder, and I'm going to round those little edges to kind of make it look like a focal feature. So there's that. Now the paper I'm going to use for the background is a black and white polka dot paper, and I cut it to fit at the top center of the paper. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. I want this to be lifted off of the page. So I'm going to put several dimensionals here. And then the back of that paper that had the December information on it and all the numbers is a red and white polka dot. It's so cute. I'm going to take a strip of that and use my postage edge stamp punch and just make a strip of that for the bottom of that polka dotted paper. So now this I'm going to adhere to this page, just using some Tombow. I'm just going to run it right along this edge. So I'm going to take the red and white polka dot. I want it to show from the front, so it'll be black and white polka dot and red and white polka dot touching each other. Then we'll turn it over, and I have to line it up a little bit. I didn't cut it perfectly straight, so my polka dots are a little funny, but I think once I get it lined up, you won't notice it too bad. Just fidget with that for a minute to get it right. Once I get it right, I notice that there's a little tiny edge sticking off of the red polka dot, so I'm going to trim that away. Now turning it back over, I'm going to add some more dimensionals to the bottom there, so that'll lift up as well. And now the hardest part of this part of the card is to get this black and white piece centered at the top so that the paper lines up with the fold of the card. So you have to kind of look at that funny to make sure that it's lined up correctly. So I pick it up and just make sure when you're looking at it you don't see an edge of the card showing. So there's really the base. That's what we're going to work with today for the base of the card. I love this paper pack. It is so cute. Now for the December, I'm just going to use some Tombow. Just run it down there. It looks like I'm using a lot, but I'm just scraping that along so it's not very thick. That keeps it from coming out too bad. And I want to run this to one side and along the line where the red and the black meet to say December there. Just like that. And then I'm going to use that number 25 over in the corner. And what I do is I put a couple of dimensionals at the bottom of this number 25 because the bottom edge is going to be free and it'll be the same height as our background piece of polka dot. But the top portion will be adhered down to the actual paper that we lifted up. So I won't need to put dimensionals at the top. I'm just going to put some Tombow. And wherever it touches the paper, it will be adhered down at this point. And you'll see that I'm going to have it kind of on and off, and now it'll make sense what I'm saying. So I have that a little on and off the page, and for a little more dimension. Now I'm going to take a piece of white paper, and I have these two stamps which I love. I'll put the link on the blog to what these are. And I'm going to use some green Stays On ink. I cannot remember the name of the color, but it's green. It's kind of a forest green. I'll put that also in my blog post. But I'm going to stamp that onto this white paper, and I like how this stamp looks. It's very dark green. I love how dark that looks. So I've stamped that piece. And if you noticed on my block, I had it double mounted. On the other side, I have a little tag that says do not open till Christmas. I'm just using black stays on for that. And I'm going to stamp it on that same piece of paper. And now all you have to do is cut these out. So I'm going to cut them out, leaving a little bit of edge. And on the holly berries, I'm going to cut those away because I'm going to use something else for the holly berries. I think it'll be really cute. So I get to cutting. All cut out. And see, I cut those holly berries away. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these little brads that I got at, I think, Hobby Lobby. I'm not really sure where I got these from. I may have even ordered these online. They're just some rhinestones. And ideally, I should have put these brads on before I mounted that paper because it would have hidden underneath that dimensional black and white polka dot layer really well. But since I didn't, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take some of my metal snip pliers for jewelry making, and I'm going to snip those little brad pieces away and just kind of turn them into a glue-on element. But like I said, I would really have preferred to put them in like a brad. I think they would have looked better. And then I'm going to take a bone folder, it doesn't matter which one that you use, and I'm just going to rub that up those holly leaves to give them a little dimension. I want them to lift up a little bit. And put a little Tombow on there to hold that down. I'm really using a lot of Tombow lately. I don't know why, but I like it. I mean, I've always liked it, but I really am using it a lot lately. And now with those little brads, I'm just going to put some Tombow in 3 little spots there, like the holly berries were, and then put the little brads where that was. You could even take those brads and color them with like a red marker if you wanted them to look red. I didn't mind them being clear. I thought they were pretty like that. So, but it's pretty neat if you color those little clear brads with a marker. It kind of gives it the color of whatever marker you used, and it looks really good. Kind of looks like you bought them that way. So I place these guys in the Tombow. Now, once I get those placed and I have my little do not open till Christmas sign, I do the same thing. I just curl it a little bit, and I don't want it quite as curled as the leaves, so I just kind of pull it back out and then put a little Tombow, and I'm just going to kind of kiss it up to those berries and just leave that sitting there. I think that is so cute. I love that do not open till Christmas stamp. It is so cute. Love it. So December 25th is the reminder that that's when you should open it, at Christmas. Now, I felt like it needed a little bit more, so I pulled out some glitter. This is close to my heart, glitter gel. And I just kind of, wherever you would have some red, I just kind of put a couple of dots, like on the holly berries on the 25, at the center of the bow. And then beside December, I kind of picked a couple of spots on either side to put a little bit of red. I really like this card. I think it turned out really well. It's very simple and it's very easy to do. It's just using your favorite stamps and your paper. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know if it's a hit or a miss, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.